Hey everybody, Lexy Carvery's here with a good friend of mine. This is Anne Marie Woods, and Anne Marie is a sister that I grew up with in Halifax, Nova Scotia. She is now residing in Toronto and doing her thing, big time. Not only in Toronto, but she's traveling all over doing some wonderful stuff. Anne Marie is a singer, help me out, a poet, writer, actress. Have I captured the essence of Anne Marie? So, what's Anne Marie working on right now?
Sleep? No, actually right now I'm teaching full-time at Lorraine Kimsey Theatre for Young People, and also teaching some youth outreach projects with the Canadian Auto Workers Union and a group called Outside the Line, and just taught a songwriting workshop for the Girl Guides of Canada. They had their Mosaic camp out in Guelph, celebrating 100 years of the Girl Guides, so that was pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm trying to think what I have in the near future. I guess this Saturday, my church, Grand AME, is doing a Haitian fundraiser, so I'll be writing a monologue to perform for that. It's Saturday at Forward Baptist Church, which is on Gerrard Street, I believe. And then more than likely I'll be at Trinidad Independence Day at the end of August, performing something for them. And I've just been back for about 4 weeks because I was in Trinidad for 3 months, so just kind of getting my feet wet again and trying to figure out what I'll be doing in the fall. But always school shows, performances, and teaching. That's always going to be there.
So you were down there in hot Trinidad?
Yes.
And you were doing some fabulous stuff. Who were you working with? What were you doing that was just so amazing there?
Well, I was doing some outreach work with the University of the West Indies, the Creative Arts Department, and working with youth there, a group called Wordsmiths, every Saturday teaching. But even more importantly, I went there for that reason, but ended up meeting some amazing spoken word artists and being part of probably one of the most amazing shows I have ever been in as a spoken word artist in my life to date, called Ink Quest, that was put on by Gamma Ghost. Phenomenal. And then I got to link up with Theron Shaw, who's an amazing jazz guitarist out of Trinidad, and we kind of did a fusion of jazz and poetry. I put on a show called Jazzatry, and I just wanted to say this. I don't know where this is going to end up, but I have a CD, and I was teaching my youth at theater, and I was telling them how, you know, some of my poetry sounds like hip-hop, sometimes it's a cappella, and I was just kind of working with jazz for the first time. So I actually did the song called Too Good to Be True, and they're on CDs called The Sojourner, and I played it for the young kids in my class, and they absolutely loved it. And so I just wanted to plug that. It was great working with Theron. We got to figure out when we can work together again, and I know he's, I think, heading to New York and Boston and maybe do some jazz shows. So
awesome stuff. So you heard about my trip. What do you think?
Well, I think that very much like when we were in high school and you took off. I think you came to Toronto, and then I saw you. I remember seeing you in a line somewhere, and you had braids, and you said you were going to Mexico.
Yes.
And so very much like then, I've known that you're somebody who is a go-getter, that you're adventurous. You probably have taken more bus trips than I would ever dare to, and I think this might be your longest bus trip because you're busing all the way to Mexico, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for you, excited to read, you know, on your blog, on Facebook, what's happening. I loved actually what you've done so far too with your internet show. I don't know what I call
Living
it,
Out
but
Loud,
yeah,
my
Living
web
Out
show.
Loud. I think it's really awesome.
Thank
so,
you.
I'm just really happy for you, and I think it's exciting too that you're taking your son Julian, and you know, a lot of things that we do with our kids or for our kids, they may not realize it until later just how important it is. But I know from working with kids and different cultures, and the exposure to different parts of the world is just so important. And so I'm just happy for you. I mean, I hope you get there before 2012 and just let me know. Now that you know all about me.
I'm sitting here with my really good friend Anne Marie, who's come to visit me while I was visiting in Toronto. I've only got about I don't know, 50 minutes left before I have to leave.
I thought it was an hour.
Well, that was when we did the first take.
Okay.
And I'm going to get on the bus and I'm going to go to New York City. So Anne-Marie's come down to pay tribute. Anne-Marie and I go way back. We've been
way back.
We've been friends for a long time.
Like the 80s, way back.
Like roller skating days.
Like roller skating, cameo days.
Yeah, right? So we've been through a lot together, and we keep in touch the whole time she was in Trinidad every morning. Facebook.
Unnecessary evil, but my survival in
It
Trinidad.
got us all through. I felt like I was there with you. And a couple years back, Anne-Marie did a comedy show where she talked about me for quite some time during the whole routine, and I was honored, to say the least. Funny girl. You want to catch Amani in poetry. You want to catch Anne-Marie as a singer. She's formerly known as, from being in the group before the moment, in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Anytime you see anyone performing, Anne-Marie Woods is on the bill. You want to come check this lady out.
No pressure.
You guys need anything else, or are you okay?
What's this thing?
You're cool.
So anyway, I want to thank Anne-Marie for visiting me here on my last stop as I go into the world.
Except for those are real hugs.
Yes.